Good morning. It is a Sunday morning. I'm still waking up, but here we go. I did some work with the elevator. Sorry, let me restart. Today, I'm working on Carden Extra 330, and more specifically, working on servo setup. Last night, I did some setup work on the elevators, the elevator servos, which are in there. And I've been trying to figure out how to change the servo centering without doing sub trim. And for clarity, I'm using the new JR stuff, a JRT44, running the new servos. I looked these up last night. I forgot which ones I'm using, but it's printed on the side of the case, so I obviously can't see it. And then I'm going to look at my stuff. 16 BPX Pro. I will be running two of these. What are these? 5600 milliamp 7.4s. I'm going to have two of them. That one's running the programmer. I've got the other one in there, but both of these will eventually be in the plane. They will be powering the all of the servos, the radio gear, and it will also be powering the ignition on this beautiful DA150, which is an early one, serial number 199. I guess it's not going to show it, but yeah, it's 199. So a little bit of quick background on this plane. This plane was, and I just talked to him last night, and I forgot to ask him this question, but I'm sure he won't mind. This plane was built by Brian Huffmeyer. I helped him build this plane a little bit. I was working for him at the time, and so yeah, I have a little bit of building in this plane, but nowhere near as much as he does. So this plane was one of my first. It was my favorite big plane. This is a 40%, and always wanted to build one, which now I've got the Edge 540 down there that I'm working on, and I got a 40% Cap 232. The Edge is a 42%. And on the Carden page on Facebook, which I'm going to share this video to so they can all see it. Hi, guys. One gentleman posted a picture of this plane asking for some history on it. I know a lot of history on it. I helped build it. So I sent him a message, asked him if he wanted to sell it. And he's like, I kind of really want to fly it. I threw him a number. I overpaid, but this plane was worth it to me. So I got it. Ended up flying. Me and my mom actually flew down to Florida, rented a van, picked it up, drove it back, which was fun. Anyways, last year, I think it was last year. No, it was 2022. I was flying it. It's been sitting down here for a minute. I was flying it. One of the elevator servos failed. It started to not throw as much as the other one. And I checked my programming. Programming was fine. Don't understand what happened. But it was the original radio gear that came in this plane that was built. I'm 38 now. I was 17, 18 when I was helping build this plane. So this plane is 20 years old. And it still has all the original covering, had all the original radio gear in it, aside from the receivers. So, okay, servo failed, not a big deal. I already had all the radio gear purchased for the Edge 540. So I decided I'm going to take all that radio gear, put it in this plane so I can fly the radio gear, test it, see how I like it, see what changes I might want to make when I get the Edge done, because the Edge is a bigger plane, slightly. So that's where we're at. I've been looking up how to change the servo center, how to program it. And I could never figure it out, and I figured it out last night. So I got the elevators done, I got the rudder done, the ailerons I'm going to do, but these are going to be a little bit different since the ailerons are getting together. I've got two aileron servos on one aileron, so I got to pull the linkages off, program them, do all that stuff. So I figured for the JR, the new JR, and the Carden guys, because probably quite a few Carden guys have seen this plane before, I'm going to video this. So I'm going to turn the time lapse on the GoPro, and then I'm going to stop at certain points so I can show you what I've learned on how to program this. I'm going to be going between the programmer and the radio. I could do it all from the radio, but I want to use the programmer because it's certain things are faster on it, and I don't want to be running down my the battery in the radio, and I don't want to have the rudder servo running all the time. So with that, here we go. Alright, I'm going to try this again. I started recording and I realized all my settings were... Anyways. So I've got the GoPro still running on time lapse. I'm getting ready to program my server. I got my programmer fired up. I've got all the settings that I'm going to start with. The reason why I had to stop, you'll see in the GoPro, I started recording then I stopped recording. All of my settings are about right here written on the table, so I had to move the wing, write my settings down. So I don't know which servo I'm connected to right now. I don't have the ends labeled. These are X-bus servos, so you can plug these. You can plug the servo lead into any of the inputs on there, and the receiver sends out one constant stream of information, and the servo only pays attention to the one that it's programmed to. So that's why I don't know which servo I'm actually working with at the moment. So what we're going to do is, we're on, it's blinking on the one, we're going to go up, scan, just hit any button to start scanning. 8-1. Oh yeah, I'm glad we're going to change that. So one of the things I'm going to change, as you can see, I'm powered up, but I can easily turn this. That is not something I want while I'm flying. So I've got all my settings right here, and again, these are settings I'm going to start with. So let me go back. I was up here, it was blinking on the 8. I'm going to go down to position, and we're going to go down to holding first. Come on. Holding. Click the over button. So it starts flashing on the 0. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up that well, but it's flashing on the 0. Holding, we're going to go up to 50. Which is as high as it will go. After that, hit your back button. So now it's blinking on the holding. We're going to go down to damping. Some of these, it may say dumping, not damping. Apparently it's a translation thing between Japanese and English. All I know is mine says damping, but I've seen others that say dumping. So we're going to turn damping up to 25. Maybe. There we go. Go back. Deadband, we're going to start at -8. From what I've seen, and there's... click over. I'm not going to go into what all of these are because there's quite a few videos out there that describe what all of these are. So I'm not going to go into that. What I wanted to show was how I found my neutral position, how I program where the servo arm is at neutral. So I'm going to start on -8. That's what I was told to do. I was told, or what I've seen, what's been shown to me is with deadband, you go as far negative as you can without the servo and surface oscillating. So we're going to start with -8. It only goes down to -10. Why is this thing doing that? Oh. I wonder if my battery's going dead. It shouldn't be. So anyways, we got that. Go back. Oh, I want to make sure slow start is on. Cool. So we're happy with that. And then I programmed, or not programmed, I have a switch on my power so I can just easily turn it right back off. And then aside from that, I'm going to do the other one. I'm going to go ahead and do the other servo on this wing. After that, I'm going to plug it all into the receiver and get the plane fired up, and then I'm going to program my endpoints and adjust my rod lengths. So that's where we're at on that one for right now. Time lapse is going to keep going because it's I haven't stopped it, so this will be fun. Alright, back up for another detail one. GoPro's still running time lapse, so. My one battery is a little bit more dead than I thought it was. Charging, it actually went way dead, so I've got to kind of bring it back to life. So it's actually charging on nickel metal right now. This is a, I don't know if this is approved or not, but this is how we do it. I bring enough voltage back into it to where I can actually charge it on under LiPo mode. Alright, so GRT44, good radio, I really like it. So I want to go and adjust each of these servos individually. Not quite 90 degrees, not quite 90, that one's actually pretty close. So we're going to go up here, go into your list, go into your system list, XBus, servo converter. Now up here we want to change this to, we're working with the left wing, so we're going to go left aileron 1, and then we're staying on 01, which should be this one. I always program the inside one as the master, the outside one is the slave. So now this neutral, this is what was throwing me off, and this is kind of what I wanted to show you guys. This number here is not your neutral position. This is how many steps it will change when you move it. So I'm going to go over here to plus. Let's see if I got this right. Yep, it's moving that one. And then you can change that number down, the 10, you can change that number down to fine tune your steps. You can go all the way down to 1. Let's put that up there, kind of. Here we go. Alright, so let's go. Make it to where I can actually see the damn thing. Yeah, that'd be nice. They're really close, so I'm going to go up here to this, and I'm going to change this down to 2. Because I really want to fine-tune this in. Ugh. This is really interesting to do with basically one hand. That is not easy to see. There we go. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Anyways, I'm going to do this, the rest of this off of this camera, but it's still going to be on the GoPro. So that's the one thing I wanted to show you is that changing that neutral position, because right now, and that's the other thing that I forgot to do. Let me go back. I have sub trim in here, and I don't want that. I want all these sub trims to be at 0, which is I had elevator sub trim in it yesterday, but now that I figure out how to do this, I have no sub trim in it, and my elevators are perfectly flat. Both of them are. Oh, let me go the other way. There we go. So anyways, I did want to show that. There was only one video that I've seen, and they kind of breeze over it pretty quick. So I wanted to kind of show that because, like I said, I've been looking for this information for like the past 2 years, but I've had other stuff going on, so I haven't been looking at it for 2 years straight. But getting back into it again, I needed to find that information. I had no idea how to do it. So now I know. Now you know. And I'm going to get back to it. Alright, got one wing done. Let me get some stuff moved here so I can show you guys. It's interesting trying to do all this with two hands because I can't hold the wing up and hold the radio and hold the camera and everything. So, everything's all set up. They all work nice. There's no binding or anything. Everything looks good. I adjusted my throws so that way I could get maximum throw without binding. These things are pretty fast. So I'm really happy with that. And it'll actually get faster, I think, because that battery pack is not fully charged. I've got one battery pack fully charged, working on getting fully charged. Should be there pretty soon. And then once I gang both of those together, because both of these radio packs, both these battery packs get plugged into the receiver, just a little bit more amperage. So they'll get faster. So anyways, I'm going to stop here and leave the GoPro running, get the other wing set up, get that one going, and I think that'll be it for today. I've got some errands and stuff I got to do, so we'll get this done and on to the next project. All right, so I got the other wing done. Let me think about it. Turn around. I'm only gonna go up with it because I don't have it supported under there anymore. Yep, no binding. Everything looks and sounds real good. I'm really happy with that. As I was working on it, with everything plugged in, so I've got 2 long extensions coming out from the receiver in there. I noticed my rudder's off. Let's see if I can get a better picture of it. Don't know how that happened, but let's fix it. Right here. I've already switched this to rudder. So one thing, this one, the change ID, you don't need to do anything with that, and don't really pay attention to it unless you're actually changing the ID. I was working on right aileron 1 and 2, left aileron 1 and 2, and this always said rudder 01. That's only if you want to change that, which I'm not changing it. So we're just going to, I'm already on my position here. Let's go in the positive and see what we get. And that's bringing it in. Okay, so now I want to go a little bit finer tuning with it, so I'm going to go down to, say, 5. Oh, wrong way. My camera would focus. I'm really happy with that. Go back here to set. Success. So that's all you need to do with that. Let me set this down. Da-da-da. Of course, I'm holding it from the wrong side. So anyways, that's the project for today. Honestly, don't know what's next. We'll just have to see what happens. Like I said, I've got some errands to run today, and yeah, can't wait to get this plane in the air. It's a 20-year-old plane, probably more than 20 years old. But when I went and flew it with the old radio gear, I put my receiver in it, 1 click of elevator trim. That's all it took, and it was flying straight and level, hands off. Beautiful planes. Nothing against the new Cardens, but I really miss the old ones. That's why I've got 3 of them now. 2 of them need to be finished. So, anyways, I'm going to stop this here. I still have the GoPro running in time lapse, so I guess I'll stop that too. So, anyways, have a good day. See you guys in the next one.